go for the Camille regardless.
Yeah, I think even without the Galio, Camille is still a strong pick overall. Of course, you don't have that, as you mentioned, the combination and the follow-up really from Galio's Heroes entrance. But I think with just Camille's lockdown already from the Hextech Ultimatum, just does so much during fights. Ziggs was banned in the last game, might be picked here for the side of Kittens. And Varus is open as well, so that could potentially be the response here from government if they do want to take that Ziggs. But obviously Baby Hope, we saw yesterday how strong he performed on that Ziggs. It's so difficult to give him that Ziggs after such a crazy performance. We'll have to see this time around what Wawa is going to do on that Ziggs instead.
Definitely. We've seen Wawa on Ziggs before as well, but like you were saying, Baby Hope's performance on the Ziggs was pretty phenomenal yesterday. He managed to get quite a lot of plays, quite a lot of kills as well. The Jace going through to Kittens this time as well. And then we're going to see possibly government going for a Varus pick, as he hasn't been banned for the first 3. This is like a completely night and day of yesterday. Varus is always priority ban yesterday, but this time we've actually seen Varus be played quite a few times.
Going out of the ban list and more onto the pick list. So I think people that are Varus fans will be happy about that one. Varus, the champion that just has so much damage overall, whether you're in close range, long range with the poke, the CC as well with the Chain of Corruption. Very safe lane to play, and Zealous does get his hands on the Kha'Zix this time with that early priority.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see if Zealous gets. Obviously, he's got the Kha'Zix pick, but whether Kittens are now gonna pick against the Kha'Zix to counter him and stop him sort of popping off when he did. To be fair, yesterday he picked the Kha'Zix and it was okay. There was a few points where we saw there was a lot of isolation damage that could have been done, and he didn't just go for it. He kind of fumbled a little bit, but maybe he's learned from yesterday. But Zealous's Kha'Zix pick is generally a really good one. They ban out the Vi, I think, which is probably a good and here, especially with going into the Kha'Zix.
Yeah, you have to think of like lockdown champions really that is going to try and shut down this Kha'Zix, because one thing that Kha'Zix is going to want to do this game is try and get onto this Ziggs. That's one of the main reasons why you want to go for that Kha'Zix. You have a lot of backline dive here with the Camille and also the Kha'Zix, and 2 really good bans here from the side of Kittens, banning away more dive potential from the likes of Kai'Sa and also Akali. It's just the name of the game at the moment for this Kittens lineup is to try and stop players from government getting onto the Ziggs. Wukong, another great ban that counters Kha'Zix very well. Vi as well is great lockdown to try and shut down the Kha'Zix. So overall, a pretty nice pick and ban phase for both of these teams, and I think the squads are quite even right now.
Ooh. We're gonna get that Leona pick for Clue this time. Yep, Leona has come through. We saw her once yesterday, but yeah, to be fair, Leona into the Jace with Ziggs as well, I think is going to be a big pick for Kittens here.
A lot of lockdown with Leona, a lot of engage. Going to be nice for peeling as well. You play Leona in like 2 ways. You can play her as like this main engage tool, excuse me, main engage tool for your team, or you can use her as more of a peeling. She has so much crowd control, ultimate, first ability, third ability, and so much tankiness from the second ability. That you can either play as a peeling support or more as an engage support. And the Annie is going to be picked again, but I think it's going to be this time for Heaven in mid lane. Which I think is what we saw yesterday. I think we saw Heaven play Annie yesterday, so didn't work in the dual lane this time around, but maybe Heaven can pop off.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I'm not holding much hope for the Annie, but if it's anything to go by from last match as well. But yeah, you are correct. Heaven is taking the Annie rather than Baby Hope this time. They have quite a lot of DC on the side of government. They've got Chains of Corruption. They've got Tibbers as well. Rakan, obviously, with his knock-up and quickness. So it's going to be interesting. Maybe the Annie might shine a little bit more now that Heaven has her this time. But yeah, overall, I mean, Lee Sin as well getting locked in towards that. So 2 quite nimble champions in the jungle, but still dealing massive damage, especially be able to use that Lee Sin. We've seen Vex on Lee Sin before. utilizing that ult to kick him out of the safe zone of the turrets is always a good thing to have within the kit, especially with Jace as well. Being able to knock them away from any sort of turret or knock them into turrets as well is going to be a great piece of kit to have.
Yeah, excited to see how this game is going to go. Excited to see what Evan is going to do this time on the Annie, because he had a decent performance on Annie yesterday. Obviously, Baby Hope not having the best performance on Annie in the previous game, missing a few ultimates here and there, missing a few abilities as well. So I'm excited to see. There's definitely some interesting champions this time around.
Yep. Ziggs with the first strike, Don with the first strike as well on Jace, and we get first strike.
Ping ping. Here we go.
Ping pong.
Ping pong, ping pong. Ping 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 pong. Ping 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 pong. Ping ping pong.
But it's nice to see that there's some actual interaction on the timeline there. So knowing that there's going to be some kills earlier on means that this match tempo is definitely going to be upped the ante a little bit, especially on the side of Kittens. It seemed like they were going to get a double kill and then lose a trade as well. So really interesting to see where this takes place. We see that the support has gone up to the Baron lane on the side of Kittens, and then Rakan was looking for some sort of engage, it seems, in that mid lane, and now went down to help Kha'Zix, and now is on his way back up to help Camille.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing is as well here is that Rakan is actually going to be behind in levels. You're not going to be able to do that much. Oh, bit of a trade in bot lane already, with Wawa taken very, very low on health. But as I mentioned, there's going to be a bit of a level difference here in the Baron lane, with Rakan being very, very late. You can see here Rakan is not even level 2 yet. And the members of Kittens are nearly level 3.
Oh, nice counter strike there. Getting a double counter strike onto Ornn and Yarfor. There's the glacial augment as well, but a shield for Camille. This is where we get the first blood, it seems. What? Please, there we go. Flash counter strike into the Camille. Nicely done there by Random. Closing the first blood. We're seeing Vex rotate around as well. This is where we're going to get that double kill there, but we see that Clue falls to the turret there as well, but it does count. Actually, it doesn't count as a kill, it's an execution.
Pawn disconnected again. It's so sad. You can just tell the whole time that, like, I don't know what's happening. I think the government, if they have a sub, they need to put in this substitute to even have a chance of winning this series, because that's 2 games in a row now that Pawn has just randomly disconnected and given up a kill, which is a little bit unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. Yarfor getting that knock up onto Don. Can they manage to get a kill there? Ooh, Ignite, but just not enough damage. Ignite a little bit too early there.
Yeah, a bit of a level lead and a bit of a goal difference now in this Baron lane again. Random just kind of running away from this one. So it's 2 kills to 0 right now for the side of Kittens, because it was an execute in the end from Clue, so he didn't actually give up any gold or anything like that. Zealous is up here though if he wants to try and do something, but for now it's just nothing at all happening. No real crazy stuff happening. Saying that, oh, Zealous actually jumping in, has to flash away instead, and oh, the countering.
Nice, bit of a bait though.
Not enough damage there, yeah, though, unfortunately. And there is just trades and fights and skirmishes happening left, right, and center at the moment. But unfortunately, for the side of Kittens, oh, now they finally get a kill after what seems like so long. They're finally able to get a kill. Leona's still dashing in, try and get some more CC, but Kittens playing very, very aggressive in this matchup and performing really well.
No, that could have been a really nice bait there on the side of government, but actually not following through due to not having as much damage as they would like. But we did see a few kills there in the Baron lane as well. Once again, we see Rakan fall again. Nope. We see the director's view has gone to Baby Hope to recall as there was a little bit of an engage going on in that top lane, but it's now come to a conclusion.
The director cam knows that nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
The director cam
algorithm
just
says
knows.
There's not going to be a kill, and it's more important that we're looking at Baby Hope right now.
That is the most important thing. Nothing else to go by.
Nothing else at all. Not quite yet. We've got the jungle objectives up in 17 seconds. Mountain Dragon first as well. Rift Herald, will we see that Kittens beeline it for the Rift Herald and leave the Dragon behind? Or are we going to see a bit more of a team fight for the Mountain Drake this time? There we go. We've seen Vex up on the Rift Herald as well, and then Zealous has gone for the Mountain Dragon. It is pretty much copying pasta of the last match. Oops.
Ooh,
oh, I thought, wow, I was going to steal that Mountain Dragon there. That was a little bit too late with the ult. Exec Ultimatum onto Pawn once. Oh, no, sorry. Pawn did go on the Exec Ultimatum, but didn't get anything from it, though.
A little bit unfortunate. Vex trying to get a play in the mid lane, but yeah, the mid lane tower is going to be taken down with just one single satchel charge. Oh, saying that, maybe not.
They get the Wawa. Do they get the turret? No, turret does not go down, but there's done with that snipe damage there. But we do get a double kill from Zealous, though, and then double kill onto Dun. Nicely done to Kittens. Fair play to Government there, managing to get actual 2 kills.
I think the big thing there was they're trying to defend that mid lane tower, trying to make sure that that doesn't go down, but pretty insane, to be fair, to see Government still fighting and still getting a few kills here and there, but still 5,000 gold difference this late on. Oh, didn't engage. Don might go down. There's the jump.
Yeah, I don't think there's anywhere out of there. Yarfall made sure of it. He didn't want to take the kill for Annie, just so she could get that gold. But yeah, fair play to Government. Managed to get a pick off there onto the Jace, stopping that Jaw lane takedown. But we're going to see Heaven go down here to Random as well. Yarfall using quickness just to get out of there.
Oh.
Oh, Hextech Ultimatum onto Lee Sin, but just not enough damage. Lee Sin manages to take out Port in the top lane and denies the Baron lane turrets damage from Pawn. And the mid lane turret looking pretty low. Obviously, Shelly down in the mid lane and managed to do that damage, but still haven't yet secured it. Ziggs, however, could drop a few bombs and satchel charges there and secure that mid turret, though.
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting here because we're seeing that the gold lead is still quite in favor of Kittens, but haven't been able to do too much. They did break the Baron lane tower. They are eventually going to break this mid lane tower. One satchel charge. There we go. 2 towers to 0 right now. It's looking really good for Kittens. Again, not as clean as WLG, but still looking really strong. Oh my god, that damage.
Ziggs damage, and then Leona getting the last hit, securing the kill onto the Kha'Zix. Currently a 4v3 going on in the bot lane. We have Vex coming around as well, so it is a 5v3, looking for a way in, just making Yarfall panic, knowing that Lee Sin's first ability is already available and ready to proc. Oh, going in onto the Annie. The Cam dashed Annie out of the way. But Paul manages to secure that Baron lane turret, though, so they managed to get their first turret 8 minutes in, whilst Kitten has their 3 turrets, though.
Didn't know if anyone could hear that, but there was a really loud motorbike outside that was just like, oh, I'm gonna come and ruin your day.
I thought that was a car running down out of the Nexus, but
could have been that as well. Yeah, you never know.
I thought it was the first strike, mate. Same from first strike.
Alright, first strike noise is it's something else, I tell you. Oh, way for getting a bit caught, but like, look how tanky Leona is. Like, this champion is so strong, has so much HP, and is super tanky.
Super tanky, and it literally has 2 items with Locket as well.
Crazy.
We're not to overextend there. No, in the lane. There's a 3v2 looking to surface here. Annie is beelining it. Pretty much Mo Farah in from one side of the jungle to the other, trying to get that Tibbers down. Managing to get a double kill set up nicely for Baby Hope, though.
Okay. Again, not that clean from Kittens. Giving a few kills away there, but still 3,000 gold difference. They definitely have brought the gold lead back as well. So it is looking a little bit shaky here for Kittens. They're not really running away this game with what you would have thought they would have been able to. And maybe Government here can secure that second dragon. And they will.
They do get it, yes. Second dragon going to Government here. We got Jace running down that mid lane, trying to take out Pawn as well. Hextech ultimatum onto the Jace. Pawn not quite. Don not doing enough damage onto Pawn there though, even with the Ignite proc. Oh, once again, Tibbers going down onto Wawa like a sack of spuds, man. Oh, look at that damage.
Crazy damage. Good QSS though timing there from Don, meaning that he wasn't going to get stunned there. So really nice timing there, but. Bit of a play happening on bot side as well. This is, like I said, this game is very messy.
Literally, yeah. Very scrappy at the core. We see Lisi manage to get the kill onto Varus there. Invaded all privacy of that red buff takedown from Zealous. Resets though, there is a bit of a thing going on here. Quickness activates. We see that hero's entrance. Grand entrance, sorry.
Can we finally break this mid lane tower? They can.
They do.
Mid lane tower tier 2 has been taken.
Yeah, I think even though it's Kitten's not finest performance here, I still think they'll take this match here. They're only 4k gold difference, so if Government do manage to get a team fight in their favor, then yeah, I probably would say my predictions would change then. But I think even though it's seeming a little bit sloppy here on the side of Kittens, I think they can still win this match.
Let's wait and see here. Chain of Corruption does go down there for Baby Hope. Start trying to stop the engage there. Maybe they can try and catch out Clue, but that's a Leona. You're not going to be doing a lot of damage to Leona anytime soon. It does mean that the rest of Kittens are just going to back away for now, go back to base, spend their money that they were able to get. But again, it was a 6,000 gold difference this game, but it has gone down to well, about 5,000 now. It was down to 3,000 gold difference, so there definitely has been times, and old Baby Hope could be caught here.
Even with Tibbers sent down from the heavens, we still see Annie get taken down, but Baby Hope getting the kill onto Vex there. Nicely done. He was pretty low after that engage and interaction from Tibbers. There was still got people focusing Leona there, which is a little bit of a mistake, but Clue is just throwing himself into these front lines just so that nobody's taking that damage.
This is very interesting here. You can see that Random at the moment have an absolute field day in this Baron lane. Look at that gold difference in the Baron lane. 4,000 gold difference right now, which is pretty much the whole gold difference that Kittens have right now is on this Jax. So when Jax is not in these team fights, Government probably feel like they have an opportunity in that 4 versus 4 to actually try and win fights. But the problem is that when you have a Jax split pushing time and time again, he is eventually going to get that Hull Breaker as well, which is going to make life a hell of a lot more difficult.
Yeah, I think this is sort of like brewing up before the. To be fair, I'm surprised nobody's gone for any sort of like Baron Nashor at all, especially with how far ahead Kittens are currently at. I think they're just trying to keep the Jax out of these team fights, like you said. If government will feel like they have a chance in these team fights if Jax is not there, but they're just trying to keep him sweet in a lane to see, oh look, there's a little minion wave there. Let's Jax just do his thing. He can take that lane if he wants to. Just don't come into our team fight. But no, he's already rotated up to the mid lane, and it looks like there is going to be something popping up around that Baron Nashor now.
For some reason, the camera's on pawn, but we're going to be seeing that there is a bit of a fight happening. Zealous is all the way on his lonesome, and Clue actually flashing in onto YA4. But look at Zealous on the flank there on the top side. That's the big thing. He actually jumps in as well, and I reckon Cam doing directed camera things that we're not actually going to see. And actually, YA4 might be the one to take it down here. Look at Random. He has the whole gold lead here for Kittens. He's going to be able to potentially run them down, but this is looking kind of close.
Very close. You've got Vex pretty low. Random's low as well. It's a bit of a weird re-engage there. The only one that's pretty much got any health is Clue, because nobody can seem to be doing damage onto the Leona, it seems. Wawa is close to Clue again. But it looks like they've refocused their goals to go for the Dragon this time. Kittens have.
Like I said, this Leona champion just takes 0 damage at all. It's absolutely crazy. But Dragon did seem to get taken there. So unfortunately for government, they're not going to be able to get that 3 Dragon win condition that we always talk about in Wild Rift. That's always so important. Oh, Wawa. Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
The status.
Status is going to save him. Nope.
Maybe killing the bot lane as well.
There for Waha. Oh, Random getting caught out on a 2v1 from Pawn and Heaven. Giving up a few little kills here and there. Seems a little bit either intentional or sloppy here for Kittens.
This is what I mean by Kittens. They have the gold lead, but they're not playing a clean game at all. And if they're not careful here, they could lose more members. They do have to be so careful.
Yep, Zealous taking a lot of damage there from the Elysin, getting the kill as well. Elysin back in. Oh, actually, no. Yacht manages to flash out there. I thought that was a for sure kill.
Kittens need to be so careful with this game, because multiple times they have been caught out, and Pawn is actually going to be getting so much gold here now from taking down these towers. And suddenly again, that gold lead that, you know, was looking at like 6,000, it is around like, you know, 4,000 or 5,000 right now. So government are still within range here, within gold range, to actually still come back into this game. They just need to keep on finding picks like that around the map, and if they can keep on finding picks, then maybe they have this opportunity to try and come back.
Yeah, find those picks. Keep random out of these team fights with that massive goal difference. It's still impressive, 3k, especially just in that lane alone. But they definitely want to keep random out of these team fights. Clue already been focused here. Hextech ultimatum onto him. That was a bit of a waste. We already see that Baby Hope's gone down. I think this is going to be a clean team fight here for Kittens. They managed to get the Rakan double kill for Lee Sin as well. They're down to 2 champions alive. Zealous is hiding in the bush, but I think it's just going to be a matter of time before they take out Zealous. Zealous is down as well. Annie is still up, and the Elder Dragon is up in 6 seconds. Baron Nashor is available. I think this is going to be Kitten just putting a means to the end.
And this is going to be the Baron now. Like you said, there's only Annie left alive. There's not really much that Annie can do to really protect this Baron. And looks like eventually Kittens are going to end this second game with a 2-0. But another game, Blam, that, you know, I compared this semi-final to the previous one. And I just feel like WLG just in general are just a much cleaner team. Like they know what to do when they're ahead in goal. They don't get pick off at all. It's going to be interesting, you know, if we do get that Kittens versus WLG final tomorrow, it's going to be interesting how that's going to happen.
Yep. Definitely. There's 2 different approaches here. Kittens currently seems quite free-spirited. It seems like they're having a lot more fun. And then WLG are literally here for the business. They get the business done, but do it with such style and such praise as well. But Random currently taken out. Heaven here going 2v1 onto Pawn. Can he manage to get the kill onto the Camille? It looks like he can. He managed to get that health back as well. Camille was trying to get out of there, but no luck. And he does have that Baron Nashor minion wave in the top lane. He could probably finish it here on his own now.
It looks like he's going to try and finish it. He has the Hull Breaker as well, so he's got the minions. He's got the Hull Breaker. There was a double kill on the other side of the map as well. Everyone is actually dead here on the side of government, sorry. And that's going to mean that Kittens are going to be taking game number 2 here against government, which I kind of feel a bit unfortunate here for Pawn, the Baron laner, for government, because that's 2 games in a row now that he's disconnected in the Baron lane pretty much at the start of the game, and that's kind of given that goal lead over to Random. So yeah, something needs to happen now. Either they need to swap internet or swap players.
Just literally renegotiate their internet deal with somebody else whilst they're playing the next match. So you're losing me money here, man. I'm gonna go into 3rd place if I'm not lucky. But no, to be fair, I mean, government have really put up a good fight. In terms of kills, it doesn't really seem that way. But when we saw them in these team fights where they were getting without obviously Random there with his massive goal difference against Pawn, we were actually seeing that there's going to be like a glimmer of hopes for them within these team fights. There's getting a few kills here and there, a double kill for Zealous at one point, and same for Baby Hope as well. And the Annie worked a little bit better this time around. I think it may be just due to Heaven having a bit of a better grasp on the Annie over Baby Hope. But then it also has to factor in with the Rakan as well. But to be fair, that Leona was just a walk-in tank. Like, nothing was just phasing Clue on Leona, which is just crazy, especially which allowed Wawa and Dawn and Random just to go free reign with their damage. So government has a chance, but it's just utilizing it within that match, just making a statement out of Kitten's sloppiness at the moment.